What is up, YouTube? This is Chris, I'm Professional Dad, and I'm back with another knife video. We're on the street, guys. We've been talking about knife collections, what it takes to build a knife collection, the best way to get started in knife collections. Is it positive to start out with grail knives or premium knives, or start out with budget knives? What is the importance of grails? Are they worth the money or a waste of money? We've had some really good conversations, and the comments have been epic. And we're going to continue that tonight. I'm going to go over 5 knives that in my opinion, and remember, this is supposed to be fun. This is all in good fun, talking about the things that we all love, the hobby of knife collecting. 5 knives that every knife collection needs to have if it wants to be a solid and complete collection. Take it with a grain of salt. It's just my opinion, and it's all in fun. But before we talk about any of those knives, I want to do what I always do. I want to welcome you to my channel if you're stopping by for the first time, or if you're a returning viewer. Either way, thank you for your time. I greatly appreciate that. I appreciate the fact that you want to spend your spare time with me while I ramble on about my love of knives. Now, in case you don't know already, most of you do, but because we are getting a lot of new viewers here lately, I want to tell everybody we've got a massive contest going on right now. We like having giveaways on this channel. We like talking about knives and EDC and having giveaways. And right now we're in the middle of a big one. Here very soon we're going to have a live stream, and when we do, we're going to be giving away a lot of stuff, including some budgets. And budgets are shopping sprees. You get an allotted amount of money on me, the winner does, and they get to go, and we're going to have a couple budgets, and you get to go and spend that on any knife or EDC related item of your choice. Instead of me telling you what you win, you get to pick what you win, because that's the way it ought to be. I want you to build the collection that you want, not the collection that I want you to have. So we're going to have budgets and a few other great things to give away. Now, in case you're interested in being a part of that, doesn't cost anything, just a little bit of your time. All you have to do is like this video, subscribe to my channel, then go over and find my other video that says Huge Knife Budget Giveaway. It takes a few minutes to watch that. It will tell you all about the giveaway, the budget that we just gave away and what that winner picked, and what you got to do. It just takes a couple seconds to do it too. And it's easy, and you're in. Remember, like this video, subscribe to the channel. Huge Knife Budget video or Huge Knife Budget Giveaway is the other video. You'll see me get tongue-tied in that one too, trust me. If you stick around, you're going to see that happen a lot. But watch that video and do what it says. Real simple, and you'll be in. All right, guys. So I think sometimes maybe people forget that this is a hobby. It's all in good fun. When you watch videos like this, if I talk to you about my opinion of the knives that are important in collecting, or how to start a collection, it's all perspective. It's all in fun. It's all meant to give you ideas and suggestions. My path, other people, gives them a chance to. There's been some excellent comments in the comment section about knives to invest in, the best knives to start collections, what knives other people started their collections with, on and on and on. And it's a great way to learn. It's a great way to communicate with other people who are like-minded, that are going through the same learning experience as you. Ken Faulkner, me and him are talking about doing some great things here soon, and we'll share that information with you guys. But me and him have a long conversation, and we're both in pretty much the same spot. We're both still in that honeymoon phase of collecting. We've been collecting a few years, been building up our knife collections, learning as we go, and having a good time doing it. And a lot of people out there are like that. And that's what these videos are intended to do. They're intended to help people that are either well advanced. The Knife Addict, I love his comments. This guy is so intelligent. EDC reviewer, so intelligent. They got their knowledge locked down. They know their knives. This is just entertainment for them. They already know this stuff. But for some people, it is good, helpful information that they can learn from and that they can use as they go forward building their knife collection. Imagine how much easier it would have been for you if in the very beginning, when you started knife collecting, if you'd have had somebody that could have laid out a few steps and, hey, avoid these pitfalls, stay away from these traps, do this, don't do that. These knives are great. These knives stay away from. Spend this money, but don't spend that money. How much easier would that have been? And that's what this is. This is all in good fun. These are all my opinions, and it's not meant to be an end-all, say-all, like this is the law. This is just opinions, and it's all in good fun. So take for it what you will, take it with a grain of salt, use what you can, discard what you don't, and let's go from there. All right, so 5 knives. It's not really 5 knives. That's kind of deceptive. Not deceptive. It's kind of A play on words. It's 5 styles of knives that every collection needs. All right, 5 styles of knives. Basically, a different. All right, for instance, every collection needs an automatic. Every collection and we're going to go through it. So let's just start with an automatic. I've got a couple automatics here. I'm going to give you a couple of selections, a couple of options for each one. Now these could be out the fronts, or they could just be automatics like what I'm about to show you. Me personally, I'm not a big automatic or out the front fan, but I do have several. And I'm going to show you a couple right now. This is the Microtech LUDT. It's a fantastic knife. It's aluminum handles, Bowler M390 blade steel, fantastic knife. This is a stone wash blade. It's got great jimping on the top. This thing has got some force. I mean, it jumps out into place. This thing is very loved and sought after by people in the military, police officers, just collectors in general. People love this knife for a reason. This is an awesome, awesome knife. These things cost a couple $100. Microtech. Now here's the thing, there's a lot of clones of this knife out there though, so you got to really be careful and study and know what you're doing if you're going to buy this. Either buy it from a reputable place, or do your homework and know what to look for and what to stay away from when you're looking for these knives, because there are some really convincing fakes, but the trained eye can pick them out really quick. But here you go, LUDT. Every collection should have different styles to make it a well-rounded collection. You just don't want to have, I mean, there are people that like a certain style of knife and that's all they go with, and I applaud them for that. You have to get what you like. You have to collect what you like. You don't need to keep up with the Joneses, what everybody else is doing. Collect what you like. And that's the most important part of this thing, is if you like it, go with it. And if you want 1,000 knives of the same knife, just every different color handle, blade steel, handle material, just variations of the same knife, then do it. And that's the best collection you could have, because it's the collection that you want, and that's exactly how it should be. That's what this is all about. Building collections that you enjoy, that you can spend time with and get a good enjoyment out of, because it's your hobby, not mine. I mean, this is my hobby, but these are my knives. But the LUDT, fantastic knife. It's not the same as an out the front. Some people like the out the fronts. Now, I like the Microtech knives. They're big on out the fronts and automatics. I am a ProTech guy. I love ProTech. ProTech is my favorite brand. And you hear that snap? I mean, this is the TR3. Now, I want to get a TR5 really bad. TR4, TR5, tactical response. These things are awesome. These are, again, Bowler, listen at me, aluminum handles. I lost my train of thought really quick because I was thinking of something. Last night in one of my videos, I guess I was just rambling on, and I said that the Assassin had thumb studs. I just get lost in my own thing, and I just get to saying stuff, and it just starts coming out. And I have literally heard other knife people, like big time knife people, call knives the wrong name and stuff like that. It's just because they get going and they're not thinking, and their brain is just on one track and one focus, and something that comes out and they don't catch it. And then somebody in their comments will tell them about it or something. And that apparently happened last night. So if you caught that, me saying that the Assassin had thumb studs, I apologize. It does not have thumb studs. That's obvious. You can look at it and tell it doesn't. But apparently I said that it does, because I was just flowing and not thinking about what I was doing. That almost happened just now. This has got aluminum handles. This is an awesome knife. The LUDT is a fantastic knife. Fantastic knife. I just like the ProTechs a little bit more. I like the ergonomics of them a little bit better. I like the feel in the hand a little bit better. Feels like it's a little thicker. I like the blade shape a little bit better. I mean, yes, they are similar, very, very similar, but you can definitely tell the difference there. I like the swedge on this one. Just a fantastic knife. Now this is 154 cm. This is 154 cm, the TR3, and 154 cm is a great blade steel, and they apparently do really good things with their heat treat. Now, I'm not the biggest guru with metal steels and blade steels on heat treats and stuff. I learned from a few people that watch, and they tell me, and anytime I've got a question about heat treats, I reach out and ask them, and they're right on it, and they tell me. If you have any questions about any kind of blade steel and what heat treat is the best, put it in the comments and they'll let you know. Trust me, they'll throw it out quick because they know their stuff. But every knife collection needs to have a good automatic, whether it be an out the front, whether it be an automatic like this, just an auto, Kershaw live wire, or a Kershaw launch, Heretic knives, even Boker. Now, Boker automatics aren't the same level, and we're talking about premium knives here. We're talking about premium knives. We're not talking about budget knives tonight. We're talking about premium knives. Maybe I should have had that disclosure in the beginning. But Boker has some really great automatics as well. Maybe not to the same level as like a Heretic knife or a live wire or a ProTech or a Microtech and stuff like that. So, but an automatic, you need to have an automatic. You got to have a well-rounded collection. Another thing that every collection needs to have, in my opinion, is a traditional knife. Now, I'm not the biggest fan of traditional knives like Case and stuff like that, but I do have a lot of traditional knives and I love them. And I'm going to give you a couple options here. One, and I talk about this knife all the time. This knife is amazing. Probably the most well-built knife that I have, and it is the MKM Hero. The MKM Hero is a fantastic knife. It's a lockback knife. It's a traditional. It's not fidgety. This is a knife of intention. You have to intend to open this and mean to open it and mean to close it. But also, listen, I've said this every time I've had this on video. That is the most satisfying snap of any knife I've ever heard. This thing is fantastic. Bowler M390 blade steel, titanium bolsters. It's got that blue pivot, anodized pivot, just hardware. It's just sharp. It pops. It's got a really cool titanium pocket clip. It is reversible. This thing is just awesome. This does have dual thumb studs because there's no flipper. You open it with the thumb studs. You hear that? I mean, that's just so satisfying. Great jimping on top, but you got to have a traditional knife. You got to have one. You need to have all of your again, unless you are somebody that collects a particular style of knife, or one knife that you just absolutely like. If you're somebody that just likes knife collecting and knives in general, and you want a really broad ranging, just get as many knives as you can, have as many nice knives as you can. You want to have it as broad reaching and covering all the bases as possible. And traditional knives, there's some really good ones out there. Now, these things are not cheap, the Heroes. Now, you can get some for around $200 to $250. This one, I think, is $289, I think, for this one right here. Even when they was on sale, this one stayed right around $289. But you don't have to get this one. The other ones have M390 titanium bolsters. I don't know what the difference is, why some of them, they're made out of the same thing, the same place, everything, but some of them are just a little bit cheaper. I think it's because those don't sell as many as this model does, and a few other versions do. So those versions sell for more. That's the only thing I can think of, being a marketing guy from my past. Now, here's another traditional, and in my opinion, one of the best traditional knives on the market. One of the best. Jack Wolf. The slip joint right here. Boy, this thing is beautiful. This is a literal work of art. Is it a work of art that you'll see a painting or something? No, but a work of art doesn't have to be a painting. Anything that somebody appreciates for its craftsmanship, its engineering, its quality, can be a work of art. And this thing is a work of art. This is the Little Bro slip joint knife from Jack Wolf. It's got the, can't remember what this fat carbon is called, but I mean, this thing is gorgeous. Look at that. Look at that. This thing is fantastic. Now, these are about $300. Actually, they're exactly $300, $299. I want to get another Jack Wolf or two. You can get them with different types of handles. You can get them with full titanium. These have titanium bolsters as well. Just a fantastic knife. This thing, there is the tolerances. And I mean, look at this. There is zero cracks. There's no space. There's nothing. There's no spaces in here anywhere. It is so, the tolerances and the quality control is so next level. It's so impeccable. I don't know how they do it. I don't know, but some people are in that kind of stuff and they do understand how they do this stuff. I don't. I'm just a nobody guy that likes knives, but I don't know how they put them together. Now, you want to sell knives and stuff and market them, that I might be able to help you with, but putting them together and all this stuff, I have no clue. I'm lost. I don't even change the handles, which I'm starting to get there because of some emails and some stuff that people have sent me showing me how to do that. So I'm dipping my toes into that metaphorical pond. But, you know, even changing the scales is hard for me. But I do not have to know how to put them together to know that it's done well when I hold it in my hands. And this thing is fantastic. It's not the biggest knife. It's not the most practical knife for EDC. This is the kind, and it comes with a real nice little leather slip that you just put this in to put in your pocket and stuff. A little like sheath. Fantastic little knife. Just a little slip joint knife. You jerk this out. This is a conversation piece right here. Not only is it gorgeous, not only is it quality is through the roof, but razor blade sharp. You can do anything with this knife. You could whittle, you could do EDC, you could use it for box cutting, whatever you want to do, because it's just so well made. This is a fantastic knife here. But if you want to have a really good, well-rounded collection, you need to have a traditional knife. It doesn't have to be a Jack Wolf. It doesn't have to be an MKM Hero. It can be a Case. It can be, you know, even what Schrade makes some. There's just so many different brands that make slip joints, and I mean, there's just so many quality brands of slip joints and traditional style knives. There's so many brands and so many really good ones. So you don't have to get one of these. You can get a plethora of different ones, but you need to have at least one to have a well-rounded, touch all your bases collection. Now, this next category, I'm going to show you a couple of different models because I just got some that I want to show you because I like them so daggone much. You got to have a knife that's just it's just high end. It's just really, really nice. It's just a nice knife. Now, I'm not talking any particular style. It doesn't have to be. It can be a slip joint. It can be an automatic, an OTF. It can be a fixed blade. It can be whatever. It just needs to be a knife that when you saw it and you fell in love with it. There was just something about that knife. It blew you away. You loved it. You had to have it. And that is like a centerpiece of your collection. Every collection has to have that one knife that you just absolutely love. When you go to your knives and you pull them out, it's what draws you to it. Now, I'm not even talking about your grail knives, because sometimes we buy a knife that speaks to us way before we get to our grail knives. My grail knife is a large Sebenza, or actually it's the UNP-DAD or whatever it is. I can't find one of those to save my life. If you guys know where I can get one, please let me know in the comments. I'm scared to death to buy one off of eBay or anything because I don't want to buy a fake one or a clone. And that's the only reason I haven't went online and bought one used, because I've been hearing a lot of horror stories lately about that. If you guys know where I can find one and buy one, please let me know. Either email me, I'll even pay you a finder's fee. I want one so bad, the UNP-DAD, or however you say that word. You all know me. You all watch me. I'm not good at those kind of things, saying the names of knives and stuff. I'm not. But anyways, I digress. I've got a few knives here that are just awesome. Next level, just premium. They, you know, they're not cheap. The Shaman. Everybody knows the Shaman. Not everybody likes the Shaman, but usually people that don't like the Shaman don't like the Shaman for one reason, and that's the price. I hear all the time, if the Shaman was $100 cheaper, it would be a fantastic, one of the best knives on the market. But a lot of people don't like it for its price. Me personally, I think the price is deserved. I think it's worth the price that I had to pay for it. I think that sometimes you don't want to saturate the market by dropping prices of knives that you want to keep those knives at a certain standard. And sometimes people just have to pay for that standard, and it's okay if they don't want to pay that price or whatever. That's 100% okay. There's nothing wrong with that, and there's also nothing wrong with somebody wanting to pay that price. It teaches own. This is a perspective game. But the Shaman, it's got the compression lock. It's got the the really nice handles, the 4-position pocket clip. You can get them at G10, micarta. Different things like that. Excellent jimping, excellent ergonomics. It's a huge knife, made in the USA. You can get it with different blade steels. This is the XHP version. You can get them with different blade steels. Me personally, I'm a fan of this one right here. This is a knife right here that, like, if I done a 10 knives, literal knives that every collection needs, this would be one of the literal 10 knives that I would say that people need, is the Mito, because the Mito is a fantastic knife. The Mito, titanium frame lock, carbon fiber handles, Bowler M390 blade steel. Another knife that's just crafted and engineered to the highest specs and quality control possible. This thing is, I love, and the same thing with the Hero. I love the guilds of the Italian knife makers. They all do this right here where they round the spine of the knife. I just love that. I don't know why I do so much. Maybe you guys understand that as well. I love it when a knife has the rounded spines. Unless I'm wanting a knife that I'm going to be taking out and camping with and stuff, then you got to have a sharp spine to strike ferrule rods. But that's neither here nor there. But the Mito is a fantastic knife. You know, you can get these for $220, $260 in there, depending on what material you got and stuff like that. But the Mito can be one of those knives. It's just that next level knife that you need in your collection. Or go with something like the Kunwu XTAO, XTAO, or however you say it. Elmex blade steel, orange pill titanium handles, the crossbar lock, excellent action. This thing is a fantastic knife. It's beautiful. It's quality. It's just like the Django that I showed last night. This thing is such good. I mean, this thing is another one of those knives that's a work of art. It's beautiful. I don't know if it's the same beautiful and quality that the Django is. I would not put it at the Django level. It's close, but the Django, there's just something about the Django that's just, I mean, it just takes it to the next level. I didn't want to put that in this though because I just showed it last night, but this is a good knife right here. You know, an all titanium handled knife. That can be what you want to go with. Me personally, right there, the Zero Tolerance 0562 Rick Hinderer version. This thing is fantastic. The carbon fiber, another one with the titanium frame lock. You've got the lock for the frame lock to keep it from over travel and messing up. You know, it's not a reversible pocket clip or anything, but it's a frame lock. It's got 20 CV blade steel, a really nice thumb flipper, dual thumb studs, excellent action on this thing. Fantastic knife. They're not cheap. These things are almost $300 themselves. This is a fantastic knife. But there's a million knives that you can put into this category. It just needs to be that knife that is just next level, that spoke to you, that you just had to have. It's like the centerpiece of your collection. You a lot of times you build you buy it and then you build out with your premium knives. Sometimes it can be the first premium knife you could buy, but sometimes it's too expensive to be the first premium knife that you buy. The very first super premium knife that I bought was this right here. And I've loved it ever since then. And this would be one of the knives that I could never ever sell or let go of, which I'll never sell any of my knives, but I could never ever let go of this knife. Just too much value for me. This thing is fantastic. And not just because of the sentimental value. This thing is just flipping fantastic. It's an awesome knife. But you got to have a knife like that. You also need to have a really good fixed blade. I know not everybody likes fixed blades. Not everybody likes carrying fixed blades. But if you want a well-rounded collection, you need to have a really good fixed blade. Yeah, you got to have your little EDC fixed blades, and you got to have your little, camping fixed blades, your Moras and different things like that. But you need to have a really nice fixed blade. Doesn't even have to be something you carry. It can just be one of those extra pieces, a save queen or whatever that you put back and you keep. Now I've got a few different versions here I'm going to show you. It can be something that you use that's hard use. The Benchmade right here, the Adamas. I mean, for some people, this knife is so nice and also expensive at $250. This is premium as premium gets for fixed blades. That's not a custom or anything like that. This is a production knife. It's crew wear. It's just a fantastic knife. But I'm going to tell you right now, this thing screams quality. It screams well made. You can use it for a million different things, or you just look at it, hold it, sharpen it, play with it, and admire the quality that you're holding in your hands. Because the crew wear blade steel, this knife, I literally watched the Dutch boys or Dutch bros or whatever they are. They was shooting this thing with pellet guns, high-powered pellet guns. They was doing everything they could to damage this knife, and it was shaking everything off. I've watched other videos of other people trying to do torture tests on this thing, and it's amazing what they go through. But that's what you get when you pay those kind of premium prices that you pay this for. Now, a lot of people would say, if I'm going to have a premium collection of knives, I don't want something rugged and outdoorsy looking, or sporty looking, or tactical looking like this right here. I want something more elegant, more that screams quality and just that next level look. Okay, I agree. Go with the line steel. Another Italian made knife. Excellent wedge right here on top. You got you a sharp spine right here so you can strike ferro rods, or you can have it rounded off. Beautiful blade. It's got the taco style G10 handles where it's one piece, and they canoe this out and then just slide the slab of steel down in there. Canoeing it out or tacoing it, however you want to say it. They call it a few different things. But this thing, look at that. Look how beautiful that is. And that's dirty. I need to wipe this thing off really bad. It's massive. It's a massive chunk of steel. I mean, this thing is, I think this is Bowler M390 as well. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is Bowler M390. I can't remember exactly what it, but I'm pretty sure it's Bowler M390. A lot of line steel knives are. Comes with a gorgeous leather sheath. You can get different sheaths. You can get different colored handles. You can get, now this is the M5. You can get the different, you can get the T5, 6, 7, 4, different ones. But a nice quality fixed blade like this. Now, one other fixed blade I want to show you that you can option if you don't want to get either one of those. Another thing that you can do, and there's a million different brands out there on the market like this, so you can choose any of them. I have the Death Valley Forge Jackal. This is a custom fixed blade. Now, if you really want to spend some money and get that just screams centerpiece of a collection, you can go that route. Now, I bought this secondhand at a pawn shop. They actually had 3 when I bought this, and I should have bought all 3 of them, but I didn't know anything about the name. I didn't know anything about the brand or anything, or the Forge, Death Valley Forge. I just didn't know anything. So I bought one. I was going to come home, research it, check it out, do a little bit of reviewing on it, get a feel for it, and then go back and buy the other 2 if I liked it. I went back quick, and they were both already sold. And I don't know if the same person bought them both, probably, because they sold so quick. But I've been kicking myself ever since, because they were just as nice as this. They were different styles, They were Death Valley Forge knives, but they were they have more than just the Jackal. They have different ones that they make. The Jackal's discontinued. But you can go on to Three River. You can go to White River. You can go to, how many daggone Spartan blades? You can go to half-breed knives. You can go, I mean, just on and on and on. How many daggone fixed blade, custom fixed blade knives are there out there? Bradford's, just a million different ones, and they're all excellent. You can spend anything from $300, $500, $800. The sky's the limit, and there's just so many nice ones out there. But the thing is, this comes with a really nice leather sheath. The thing is, you gotta have a nice fixed blade for your collection. If you want a well-rounded collection, you gotta have at least one. It's nice to have more, but we're just talking about what you got to have to really have it well-rounded. Now, once you got your bases covered, then you can add to each category. Then you can add more automatics. You can add more traditionals. You can add more of those next-level knives. Add more of those fixed blades. But you got to have at least one of each to have all your bases covered. And the last thing that you got to have, absolutely, the knife that you got to have for your collection, for it to be a complete collection. And this is the one that is the most relative to every single person that does this, that has a collection. This is the one that your perspective matters more than anything else. Your options, your choices, your likes, your dislikes, all the way across the board. This is the one knife that matters the most. And that is, you've got to have one grail knife. You got to have a grail knife. Now, you can have multiple grail knives that you really like and want. Like I mentioned just a while ago, I want another. I've got the little small Sabenza. I didn't want to show that because I just showed it. I've showed it several times. I want a large Sabenza. I want multiple Sabenzas. I see these people online on Reddit that's got like 15 Sabenzas. I'm like, where do you find all these at? I can't find them ever in stock. How are you getting all these? I guess they've just been collected for years or something. I want the Umnazan. Three Rivers. I want a Koenig, or however you say it. Somebody in the comment will tell me how do you say that, because I don't know how you say it. But there's all these different super nice next level knives. So you can have multiple grail knives that you want. Go with the cheapest one, just to make sure. Not the cheapest. I hate using that word, and I keep using that word. Go with the most affordable one. I keep messing up and saying that word, cheap, and I using it when it's talking about knives. Go with the most affordable grail knife of your choices. Have 5, pick 4 or 5, and go with the most affordable one so you can get one for your collection. And then once you work up to that next level to where you can really get the one that you ultimately want the most, go for it. But have a grail knife that you want. Absolutely, it is your pinnacle. It's the one, not just you're out at a store and you really like it and it's next level and you've got several next level knives like some Spydercos or some, zero tolerances or Protex or whatever. Just because having those next level knives is important to the collection, the premium collection. But you gotta have a grail knife. You got to. Now, if you can't afford one, if you can't find one, if you can't get one, if you're not in the position, that's okay. Nobody said you had to get it right now. Nobody said you had to get it right now. The best thing about a knife collection is it's never complete. My knife collection is massive, and it's not even close to being complete. I'm not even close. I'm like, my knife collection, I'm just now starting on working on it. It is a work in progress, literally. And the progress has just started. It's like playing horse, and I'm just on the letter H. I'm playing progress, and I'm still on the letter P. My collection has a long way to go before it will ever be complete. So you don't have to have your collection, all these bases covered right now. This is just giving you an idea of things to work for, to build that collection, things to know, to get and put here and there, and pieces to put together, so that when you do show off to other knife enthusiasts who have big collections, you can walk up to them and you'll see that a lot of these people, there are people that like a specific style, that like a specific knife or a specific brand, and they just stick with that. Nothing wrong with that. I've already said that many times. Nothing wrong with that at all. That collection is just as efficient, just as relevant as any other collection. Heck, if you only got 3 knives, and it's the only 3 knives that you need, and you love your knives, and you use your knives, and they're the knives that you're proud of, then you have a collection, and it's just as relevant as anybody else's, no matter how many knives they've got, no matter how expensive their knives are. Every collection is relevant as long as it's your collection and you're happy with it. But if you'll notice, most people that have knife collections that are true knife enthusiasts will, and I say that the wrong way, because you could be a knife enthusiast and not feel this way, but a lot of them, most people, do like a lot of different flavors. They like to have something of each flavor. They don't want to just stick with one kind. They want to get different brands. They want to get different styles. They want to have OTFs and automatics. They want those traditionals. They want fixed blades and folders. You know, they want small knives for 5th pocket. They want big knives. They want gentleman's knives. They want rugged and beefy knives, hard use knives. They want budget knives and premium knives. Most knife enthusiasts that have collections, that's the way that they go. And building a collection like this, you can go into those conversations and you can match them. Maybe not knife for knife, because they might have more than you, or maybe their knives are a little bit more expensive than yours, but you're going to have the same steps and the same bases covered that they have. Because you'll notice when you watch a lot of people's knife collections, there are some pretty common themes. Just watch them and pick those up and go with it. I'm just going to show you a couple knives here, because this used to be one of my 2 grail knives. My 2 grail knives was a Sabenza and a Chavez, and I got both of them on the same day. The Sabenza I showed last night. This is the Chavez that I got. This right here. This is the Liberation, and I was so happy to get it. I got it in the Sabenza in the same package. I opened it in the same box. I got a Winkler knife in the same package, and I opened it, and I was so happy to get those knives. Just I hit a stroke of luck, and I was able to get some knives that I really, really wanted. And this knife right here, I struggle with it every time because I put too much pressure on that frame. I don't know if you guys do that, but I do it all the time. I talk about it in videos all the time too. But this was one of my 2 grail knives. I wanted a Sabenza and a Chavez, and I got them both. And right then, if I didn't collect anything else from that moment forward, I would have been like, I got my grail knives. Now, if I keep looking, now that I've got those, there'll be other knives that I want that I'll make grail knives and my new grail knives. But at that point, I had my grail knives. It was this right here, this and the Sabenza, and both of them are excellent, excellent knives. Neither one of them are cheap. This is like, I think, $350 or something like that. So it's not cheap. Fantastic knife, titanium frame lock, carbon fiber, Bowler M390, typical stuff. The last knife I'll show you is my favorite knife that I own. Of all the knives that I own, this is by far my favorite. Not my most sentimental, not the one that means the most to my heart or anything, but the one that I just love. I mean, this thing is my toy. I love this thing. It is the Mordax, and it is a knife center, or a Blade knife center. It's a Blade HQ exclusive, the Mordax. Aluminum handles, S45 VM blade steel, button lock, fidgety as all get out. These things are not cheap. They're always sold out. They have different versions, but the Blade HQ exclusive is sold out a lot. But this knife right here is fantastic. Get you a grail knife. It doesn't have to be $1,000 knife. It can be a $200 or $300 knife that you save up for. But those are some knives that you need to get. You need to cover your bases if you're wanting to have a well-rounded, and you can afford it. If you can't, so what? Just watch these videos and enjoy them, you know, vicariously. I do stuff vicariously, enjoy things to my kids all the time. My biggest regret in life is not going and becoming a ranger or something like that in the military. I hate it every day of my life. But I live vicariously through my son, who's in the military right now. There's nothing wrong with that. If you're not in a place where you can get these knives yet, and you want to,
I was there not too long ago, and most people are. Live vicariously through us. Watch videos, this one, other ones, Knife Center, Blade HQ. Watch the different videos. Watch those knives. Study them, watch them, read about them. Go to some knife stores. Go to pawn shops. Go different places where you can find knives and just hold them. Feel them. Get a feel for them. Experience them. You know? And one day you'll get there. And you will get there. I have no doubt. Do the right things and you're going to get there. I have no doubt at all. I believe in it. I believe that you will get there. Any of these can be substituted. Any of these categories can be substituted. This is all in fun. This is just a chance to talk about knives and talk about knife collections. If there's anything that you would do different, any categories that you would take out and substitute them for this, I don't think you should have an automatic category. Take that out and put a gentleman's category in there. I don't think you should have like a fixed blade category. Take it out and let's put, knives that you had custom built yourself. Whatever, custom knives, whatever. Tell me what you think the bases are for a knife collection. I'd love to hear it. Say it in the comments so that other people can read it and learn from it as well. Because that's what we're all here to do. We're all here to enjoy knives, communicate. If I made mistakes through this video and I said something wrong, understand that it's just because I jabber on too much and I don't catch myself and I say stuff, I get tongue-tied and twisted, and then I say stuff wrong all the time. If that bothers anybody, I promise you, stick around, you'll be bothered a lot because it's going to happen more and more and more. I just can't help it. I do it all the time. I don't mean anything by it, and if I can catch myself doing it, I will. If not, it is what it is. But yeah, guys, if there's any knives you guys want to see, anything you guys want to talk about, let me know. I'm always looking for new topics. We've got some stuff we're working on to bring some really cool and unique and authentic content to you guys. I'm working on something with Ken. We've got some ideas we're putting together. We're both working on our ends right now to put something together that you've not seen before. I've never seen it, never heard of it. The 3-knife challenge is something that I tried to come up with to be unique and my own thing, to make my own little place on this that stood out that other people don't do. I want to do that with a few other categories and other ideas as well. And me and Ken's got a few that we're working on. So hopefully we'll bring you guys something really cool here soon. I'll let you all know. Remember, like this video, subscribe to the channel. Also, premium memberships. I'm not trying to say this again and again to get anybody money out of anybody. I'm just telling you guys, reminding again. We're going to have a knife giveaway at the end of this month. The knife will be at least $100 in value. If you want to be in the knife giveaway, you have to be a premium member. Tier 1 gets you 1 name in the hat. Tier 2 gets you 3 names in the hat. Tier 3 gets you 5 names in the hat. I do not have enough memberships to cover the cost of the knife. I did not expect to. I'll cover the cost of the knife. But anybody that wants to help cover the cost of the knife can be in that drawing. You can join Tier 1, Tier 2, or Tier 3. I do not care. And you will have your name. And you might win a knife that costs at least $100 at the end of February. And we will have a great live event just for premium members where I will put everybody's names in the hat. I will show them their names. I will fold them all up, put them in there, and I'll have one of my kids draw a name out right in front of them, and they will win. One person will win, and they will have all their names in the hat. Again, Tier 1, 1 name. Tier 2, 3 names. Tier 3, 5 names in the hat for a new knife once a month. Once a month. So you literally have 12 chances in a year of getting a $100 plus knife, even if you just joined for $2 a month. At the end of the month, at the end of the year, you spent $24 and you had 12 chances of winning a $100 plus knife for $24. 12 knives. Not counting the other giveaways I'm doing. So I recommend anybody that wants to be in that, become a premium member. I highly recommend it. All right, guys. I enjoyed it. Let me know what I did wrong. Let me know what I said that was out of the way. Let me know if I went on too long. I know that bothers a lot of people.
I'm just trying to be authentic to myself and talk about what I enjoy. Until next time, I wish all of you sharp knives and happy lives. I wish you guys the best. I love everybody. I appreciate everybody. I wish everybody the best knife collections ever. But more than that, I wish you guys all the best lives ever. 100%. Nothing but love and positivity, guys. I appreciate it. Until next time, I will see you all the next time. I'm Chris, I'm Professional Dad, and it's been fun.